Okay. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I know we have sent this to LIU students, but everyone is more than welcome to be joining us in this very exciting webinar. So, today we're going to be talking about social media wonders, exploring the perks. We are thrilled to have you join us today as we dive into the expanding world of social media and uncover its incredible benefits for all of us, actually. So, who better than having the two most experienced, most creative people I have met in the field of design of social media? So, first off, our first speaker, we have Dr. Mariam Al-Khatib. Dr. Mariam Khatib is a clinical instructor at the Lebanese International University School of Pharmacy, and she is the leader of the Aesthetics Task Force at IVPN Network. Dr. Khatib served as the Media and Publications Officer from 2019 to 2020 at the Lebanese Pharmacy Students Association and was a member of the Visuals and Creative Committee at the International Pharmaceutical Students Federation from 2020 to 2021. She earned her B Pharm from LIU in 2021, followed by her Doctor of Pharmacy degree in 2022 in her various roles in 2022. Her roles at Aesthetic Sprinkles Pharmacy World. Dr. Mariam will share her knowledge on how to use social media platforms to boost our marketing strategies, engage our audience, and drive success in the digital age. As Dr. Osama always mentions to us and to all of his followers, is that visibility is very important. And of course, we will need to learn marketing strategies to increase our visibility. Following Dr. Mariam, we have a second astonishing speaker, Ms. Zaina Amouri. Ms. Zaina Amouri is a dedicated pharmacy student with a passion for community involvement. Zaina serves as the head of the media committee in the LIU IVPN Student Club, where she combines her pharmaceutical knowledge with her media skills to create engaging content and promote student activities. Her commitment to both her studies and extracurricular responsibilities showcase her drive and leadership qualities. Zaina will show us how to become a Canva magician. Her expertise in graphic design will provide us with valuable insights and tips to enhance our social media presence. So we look forward to an engaging and informative session. We expect lots of engagement from our audience, and we expect as many questions as you guys want. Thank you all for joining us, and let's get started. Dr. Mariam, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Majd, for this introduction. I'm very glad to be here today. It's my family, especially this club, which combines IVPN network with the Lebanese International University, and it's really a pleasure for me. I'm going to share my screen right now. Please let me know when my slides show up.
Yes, your slideshow. Your full screen is
Okay,
shared.
great. Okay. So, we will be talking about social media wonders. Um, well, in every aspect in our lives, we are using social media, and social media is taking a huge impact on everything in our lives. So, why not to talk more about it and to explore the perks of it? We will be talking about digital marketing and its types, social media network, and how to boost and catch the insights. More than 4.7 billion people worldwide use social media. So, this shows us how much it is important and how much we can make an impact using social media. Let's have a look about digital marketing and its types. Whenever I say digital marketing, what do I mean? I mean by digital marketing that every sort of a channel or a platform or technology that is digital and that I can use to promote a product or a service to consumer or to businesses. طيب, how is digital marketing related to social media? We will be seeing this in the next slide. But what is the importance of digital marketing. Why digital marketing is so important, and why is marketing going this way more than the traditional marketing? Because we have a wide reach. It is targeted. Like when I say that digital marketing is targeted, it's because my audience is extremely targeted. I can target my audience by age, by gender, by nationality, by interests, by everything. VS, the normal or the traditional marketing, we don't have this type of targeting. So for that reason, we are giving more and more importance to digital marketing. Also, we have engagement. Well, digital marketing helps us to engage more and more. Also, it is cost effective. As much as we pay, we get the effect, and which is good, it is measurable. It provides us measurable results. It gives us analytics. So by that, we can see what we are doing and we can measure our results. Types of digital marketing. We have the SEO, which is search engine optimization. And this search engine optimization, I mean by search engine is the place where I search, for example, as Google. Okay, so it is a process to optimize website content to rank higher in the SEO, in the search engine pages. Okay, so whenever I search, for example, for a specific website, for example, whenever I write, for example, IVPN, and it appears in the beginning, this means I am having a good SEO. Also, content marketing. And I mean by content marketing, like to create and share valuable content to attract and engage my audience. Social media marketing, this will be our focus for this session. We will be focusing more and more on this social media marketing, where we use the social media platforms to promote for services or products and to engage with our audience. Pay-per-click, in this pay-per-click, where we have a model of internet and I want my audience to click for something. So I want like advertisers to pay a fee, for example, each time for an ad. So I want them to click an ad, for example, as whenever we see a Google ad. Email marketing, and we use this type of marketing a lot in IVPN, where we use emails to promote for something that we want. Okay, we have also influencer marketing, where we collaborate with influencers to promote for a specific product or service. Mobile marketing, where we reach the audience through the mobile. And video marketing, where we use the video content to promote for products and services. Why will I be focusing on social media marketing? Because within the social media marketing, we can use content marketing, pay-per-click, video marketing, mobile marketing, and influencer marketing. So social media marketing is a huge like part of the digital marketing. So social media networks. What are social media networks? Social media networks, they are like any platform that let us to share images, videos, text. It's a platform that let us to communicate. And beside all of this, whenever we say social media, it's a main force of entertainment for us. But aside from this, it is used a lot by businesses and marketers and advertisers, and it is an ever evolving field. What are the different types of social media? And I bet like most of you know a big part of these platforms, but we have a lot of types. Let's have a sneak peek of these types. For example, we have the social networks where people connect with each other. They can talk via these networks. For example, we have like right now X or Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. Also, we have a blogging and publishing networks where they can publish blogs or whatever. For example, we have Tumblr and WordPress. Also, we have the media sharing networks, and all of us know Instagram and Snapchat and how much they contain the images content. Also, we have the social shopping networks like Polyvore, Etsy, Fancy. Now we have like Shein, for example. Discussion forums where there are discussions, for example, like Reddit and Quora. Personally, I use in a lot of scenarios Quora, and it is a very good platform. Interest-based networks, for example, as Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube, where we share the same interest. And you can sense this. Also, we can say TikTok as well is an interest-based network. Bookmarking and content curation network as Pinterest, where you find content and you can get inspired by this content. Sharing economy networks, where there is a service and a good you can find via this platform. For example, Airbnb, Uber, Totters, for example. Also, consumer review networks where you can review, for example, Zomato and the Trip Advisory. And lastly, we have the anonymous social networks as Whisper and Ask.fm, where the people don't know who are they talking to. It's only for anonymous communication. So these are few types of some types of the social media. So let's see which one is the most platform used. I'm gonna skip to this slide. So the most popular social network worldwide is Facebook, according to January 2024, with 3,000 millions. And I was expecting actually to have a WhatsApp or Instagram, but I was shocked with the results, or even TikTok, because TikTok now is extremely booming, but it is still like booming for some generations, not for all generations. Till now, Facebook is the most used social network. Okay, going back to this, why a pharmacist should use social media platforms? We have a lot of reasons to use this professional network platform. For example, I can use it for a professional reason, for example, LinkedIn. And Dr. Osama always tell us this was like from the very first advices, like work on your LinkedIn because you have to connect and to be visible there. And there's a lot of pharmacists over there. You need to connect on that platform. So we always like shed light on this platform because it's very important to network with peers who are from the same background and from the same educational experience as well. Educational resources platform, I've seen this a lot, especially in medicine or for medicine students on Twitter and also on YouTube. But basically, I used to study sometimes and to revise some pharmacology on some YouTube channels, so it was very beneficial for me. Patient engagement platforms, and this I can see a lot, especially on students IVPN pages, and also on on some student clubs Instagram pages and Facebook groups, where they use a lot of types of posts to engage their followers with them, and to build the trust with the patients, to promote health literacy, to offer support and guidance, and to enhance patient outcomes. Healthcare networking platforms, where we collaborate with other healthcare providers seeking expert advice, staying updated on medical research and best practices. And hopefully, inshallah, we'll be having, hopefully in the future, we have more and more from this platform, and we have it also, inshallah, in the future in IVPN. Okay, so this was like a brief about social media. Let's dig a little bit in each platform. These platforms, what are they? And how am I going to promote my content on these platforms? I will be starting with Facebook algorithm. So, algorithm is a rules that the platform put, and they are always updated. Okay, so for example, whenever I want to post on Facebook, is there a specific timing that I should post in? Yes. So there is a key signal for ranking content in users feed, like at which time my audience is very active, I post in that time. So we can know this from the insights on Facebook and also on Instagram. Most of the platforms, they have this. So we check when are my users very active, and I post by that time. Demographics, the user's location, language, and the gender. So they take into consideration this thing. For example, I posted something. For example, something about pharmaceutical stuff. It is in English, so it's not gonna show my content for people who always use the Arabic language, because they will know that people who always use, for example, Arabic language, they will not be interested in my content. Okay, this is one thing about language. Also location plays a big role. Okay, account credibility. Whenever my account is getting a lot of likes, is getting a lot of followers, so my account is proving that it is true and it is credible and people should trust it, so it starts to show my content to more and more followers. Content type, it prioritizes the type of posts user engage with most. What does this mean? يعني أنا for example I posted two types of posts. One is for example a short video and the other is a flyer. And my followers started to interact with the video a lot. So it's gonna show the video a lot to my followers. Okay, so the content that shows more interaction will be more visible to my followers. Relevance, posts with similar keywords or hashtags are recommended to users with shared interests. And we notice this in a lot of platforms. And most of the platforms, we notice this relevance. Whenever I search a lot about pharmaceutical stuff, about pharmacology, about education, it starts to show me posts that have the same hashtags, that have the same keywords, that have relevant content. So for that reason, it's gonna show whenever I post relevant content. For example, my followers, most of them are students, most of them are pharmacists, most of them are colleagues. So whenever I post stuff that are relevant to this, it's gonna show more and more. Engagement level, whenever I have more comments, more shares, more likes, it's gonna be shown more and more to my followers. So how to increase reach on Facebook. Before saying how to increase the reach on Facebook, I have two things when it comes to social media marketing. I have the organic reach and the paid reach. Whenever I say organic reach, I mean that I don't pay money. So organic reach, I need to increase my reach without paying money. And paid reach, I increase my reach by paying money. Here in this part, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the organic reach, how to increase my organic reach without paying money. So first of all, I have to mix up the post formats because I want to test the different types of formats that I can use to go live and be authentic as we do in IVPN network. We go live in a lot of webinars. So by that, our audience get a notification, and if they forgot, for example, about the webinar, they can click and watch us live. Use attractive images and videos. This is gonna capture attention, and people, whenever they are scrolling, they're gonna pause. This is nice. Let's talk. Let's see what the content of this photo is. And also find your best time to post. We've said this previously. Focus on engagement first. Also, we've mentioned this because I want my colleagues to like and comment and share my post, because this is gonna increase the visibility of my post. Create shareable content can be shared, so by that I increase the engagement and make your audience feel something, trigger them. And we can see this a lot whenever the post like is somehow sometimes triggering some emotions in our followers. طبعا I'm not talking only about like informative posts. Some posts, they are not only informative, they can trigger something in our audience, and we see a lot of engagement on these posts. So whenever I trigger something, people were gonna interact more and the engagement will increase more and more. Also start a contest. We can start a contest. We used to do this previously whenever we were like in student clubs, and it used to make a lot of engagement. Get verified on Facebook. This will increase the credibility. People will understand that this is a true page. Ask your followers to turn on your notifications. So please guys, for now, the people who did not turn on notifications for IVPN, go on Facebook and turn on notifications, so by that you receive everything we post. Get your coworkers engaged. Everyone in IVPN should like, should post more, and do this to increase the engagement. Optimize your link posts. Whenever we putting links, it's going to be optimized. Try a user generated content campaign. So this is for Facebook. What about the Instagram algorithm? We're gonna be seeing like some similarities. Come in, post recency. This is very new actually. Recent posts from accounts take priority. What does this mean? Previously, when we post two posts on Facebook, it gives the importance to the last one. Whereas previously on Instagram, when we post two posts, like for example 5 minutes between each other, it gives both of them the same interest or the same importance. But right now, no, the recent one is given the most importance. For that reason, we like to space between posting our posts. We don't like to post like every hour or every few minutes, because Instagram algorithm will give importance only to the last post. Okay. Also, people you follow, posts from those you follow appear organically on your feed. If you guys follow IVPN, if you guys follow LIU IVPN student club, of course, and you interact with them and engage with them more, so you're gonna see more their content. So for that reason, you like follow people and follow pages you are interested in their content. User activity, posts you've liked, shared, or saved, or commented on convey your content preferences. For example, if you started liking, for example, LIU IVPN student clubs content, so stuff similar to it will be shown into your feed more and more. Content type, users who prefer photos will see more photos. Users who prefer to see short videos will see more short videos. People who prefer to see a specific type of photos will start seeing a specific type of photos more and more. So for that reason, if I have my own business as a pharmacist, or regardless if I'm a pharmacist or no, I test my audience and I see, what does my audience like? What type of posts are they interacting more and more? And I start posting of this type more and more. Post information whenever I have more likes, more comments, more saves. So it's going to be more relevant to the users, and users will be increasing the engagement on my post. And interaction history as well. Interaction influence the appearance of their content in your feed. يعني whenever there is more interaction on this post, for example, it's going to be showing up more and more. Sometimes a friend post up for example a video, and it doesn't show up. But sometimes a post, it shows it 3 times on Instagram because I am interested in it. So yeah, the interaction of other followers, it shows the content more and more in my feed. Story algorithm, the viewing history, of course. So frequent viewing result in its prioritization. Whenever we see and check stories, you're gonna see that like it will increase the reach, and it will be shown more and more in people's profiles. Engagement history, whenever you like the story, whenever you reply to the story, it will increase also engagement, and it will be shown in more feeds as well. Closeness, for example, I bet like whenever any of the IVPN pages post anything, they show the first in Dr. Osama's Instagram feed. So this is normal because they know that these pages are close to the page of Dr. Osama. So for that reason, Instagram understands this close relationship. Reels, كمان user activities. Whenever there are more likes, more saves, more comments, more engagement, it's gonna have more and more reach. Interaction history, if you don't follow the accounts, so here, whenever you interact more, even if you don't follow the account, and this is very nice about Reels because it increases more and more the reach. Even if we don't follow the account, it increases the reach. We don't find this a lot in posts. We find it more and definitely not in stories. We find it more in reels on Instagram and also in TikTok. Relevance, it's determined by popularity, like likes, saves, and comments, and also by the content that I'm sharing, if it is relevant to my interest or no. How to increase reach on Instagram? Find your optimal posting time, same as Facebook. Use stories, use reels, use all the tools that are there on Instagram. Like use them because they are there for a reason. Host contests or ask questions to encourage engagement, for example, on stories, on posts. Use relevant hashtags according to your interest or according to the audience interest. Tell Instagram stories to make more engagement with your audience, and go live on Instagram. This will encourage them. Maybe we should try this more on IVPN. We focus more maybe on Facebook because most of our audience are on LinkedIn. Some of them are on on Facebook. But lately, I'm seeing that we are having some followers on Instagram, and most of them are students. So maybe we should try this one time, like to go live on Instagram. Using you the collab feature, we use this sometimes in IVPN, where, for example, a specific listserv is posting a post. They make a collaboration, for example, with the speaker, or they make a collaboration with the main page. So by that, the post is posted on the two pages. So we're gonna have like more engagement and more reach. Post less. It is not healthy to post a lot on Instagram because of the recency, and also because we want to give the post it's important. It's not about posting 10 posts per day or 5 posts per day, as much as this post reach. So this is weird, but yes, it is true. And collaborate with influencers. Like for us in IVPN, I believe our speakers, world class speakers, they are our influencers. I'm gonna go over LinkedIn as well. In LinkedIn algorithm, they care for the quality over quantity. They don't care if you post like 10 times per day or 5 times per day or twice per day, as much as they care for the quality of the posts that you are using. You have to use high quality posts. If you are using pictures and images, whenever they have high quality, it is very important, and it's going to increase the reach of this post. Relevance as well, if I'm interested in pharmacy, so more pharmaceutical posts will appear to me. More hashtags related to pharmacy, more hashtags related to IVPN will appear to me. Engagement probability, it uses machine learning models to predict post engagement, especially within the first hour. So this is very important. Recency, same. Like recency has been established in LinkedIn, Instagram, and since day one in Facebook. It gives importance to the recent post. Personal connection, it, like you can see in LinkedIn, you have the first degree, second degree, third degree. So it prioritizes to see the content of your first degree, because they know that you are more connected via work, via education. So they know how much you and your followers are connected. Consistency, and this is very true about LinkedIn, that you should not like stop using it. You should be consistent in posting, but again, quality over quantity. Credibility, author expertise, insightful content, and meaningful comment, it will enhance your post, and it will show that you are a true page. Content type also, it loves short form videos and well structured long form content. Okay, so we don't like to use a very long videos on LinkedIn, but a very short ones, because each platform has it is preferable type of content. How to increase reach on LinkedIn? We can you can like optimize your profile. uh, every one of us who has a LinkedIn, they can see that there is a lot of options to have the bio, to mention all the stuff about your education, where you have studied, where you have worked, and all of this stuff. So just optimize your profile, share high quality content, as we said previously, post consistently, as we said, engage with your network, and this is very important. Use hashtags wisely and engage with your network. Dr. Osama keeps telling us engage more, especially on LinkedIn. We need visibility. We need like to see more likes, shares, and comments. And he gives us one thing. Like it's more a secret about LinkedIn, but I remember it from long ago. Don't like and comment and share at the same time, but separately. So like now, after a few hours, maybe comment after a few hours, and this is like a secret between the community, because we want to increase the reach and engagement on our posts, on IVPN's post. So by that, like we make a consistent engagement with our followers, and it works actually. Tag relevant people and companies. Also by this one, I've learned it from Dr. Osama. Like whenever you want to post on LinkedIn, mention the people and mention the speakers. So whenever I'm sharing something, I mention who are the people in this webinar. I mention them because it increases much the reach and also encourage the engagement. I just want to ask Majd, how much time do I still have?
You still have around like 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, great. I will be giving like a very brief about boosting. I will not go over them. But what is boosting? By the way, Majd, does our followers can they unmute and speak or no?
I don't think so, no. It's a webinar format.
But they can write something in
And they
the
can
Q&A,
chat,
right?
yes. And the Q&A
Okay.
as well. So
So
feel
I would
free.
like to ask any of the ones who are attending with us, have you boosted a post on Instagram or Facebook previously? Majd, let me know because I cannot see the Q&A box.
Yes.
Okay, so can I know what was the reason you were boosting? Is it something pharmaceutical? Is it a business? So what was maybe the content that was boosted?
So most of the people in the chat, not most, 100% so far are saying no.
Okay, so briefly, I won't go in details in this part for the limited time. Boosting means whenever we pay money for right now for Meta, like whenever we pay money for Facebook, for Instagram, and for LinkedIn, for our content to appear more and more in people's our followers' feed. So how do we do this? Like simply whenever you go to the post, there is boost post in the corner. I don't prefer this method. I prefer it from the business meta. So whenever you just search on Google, put business meta suite, and there is a link. Whenever you enter this business meta suite, it is an amazing website. It combines everything related to your Facebook, to your Instagram. You can post a lot of stuff from there, and you can make your campaign from there. The nice thing and the very important thing in this whole campaign, after putting the goal, so why I want to boost, to get more website purchases, to get more leads. For example, for us in IVPN, whenever if I want to make a campaign, I get more website visits. I want them to go to the website, because whenever they go to the website, I want them to sign up or to register. After that, I choose the button, and like what is the key of action is a bitcoin. And this is the most important thing, which is to target your audience. You can target it in details, via age, location. You can go details as much as you want. Like, so one time I put a street in UAE. I wanted to target this street. You target the interests. What are they interested in? What is their educational background? What are the keywords that they can be interested in? So by that, I target very much my audience, and I set a budget. I want, for example, $35 per day, and I boost. Okay, and of course I put like duration. Like I want it for 7 days. I want it to end by this day, and by that I boost on Facebook. So analytic tools, it is a way for us to insight. What does it mean to insight? To see statistics of the posts that we are posting. One of the main tools to use this insight is via the Meta Business Suite that I've told you about. Whenever you enter to Meta Business Suite, it gives you a lot of insights. For example, who are my followers, the gender, the age, what post is having أكتر شيء engagement, which post is having the most comments and shares and likes. So it gives me a lot of statistics, and it is very important to know these statistics. By that, I can focus more on my content. بالنسبه للانستغرام insights, and of course if I want to boost on Instagram, I can boost whenever I'm boosting on Facebook. So whenever I boost on Facebook, I can click as well that I want to boost it on Instagram as well. Instagram, this is nice about Instagram, that Instagram itself, it has insights inside it, whereas Facebook itself, it doesn't have insights. بقلبها. Few years ago they removed it, but it is available for free on Meta Business Suite. On Instagram, it is found whenever you enter to the settings. You can find it, but you have like, your account should be professional. You connect, simply you go to the settings and you can see the insights. It gives you a lot of information about the post, about the audience, about the interaction, the engagement. So why would you need to boost a post on Facebook and Instagram to increase visibility, promote services, educate patients, share important updates, announce special offers or discounts, and engage with the community? And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mariam, for your amazing presentation. I feel like you should change the name to How to Become a Celebrity, because these are like quick hacks to get as many followers as possible. So thank you so much. I might use them in my voice listserv uh, in the future. Before we move on, thank you, Doctor. Before we move on to our second astonishing speaker, I would like to thank Dr. Osama for taking part of his day to join us in this webinar. So thank you, Dr. Osama, for being an everlasting support system for us.
My
So
pleasure, Majdullah. That's an amazing presentation by Maryam, and I learned
yes,
a lot. And I would like to thank everyone for your commitment, for your passion and loyalty to share what you know and to inspire people to do more. Thank you, Majd, for the nice and encouraging words. Thank you.
of course, pleasure is mine. So now our Canva magician, Ms. Zaina Amouri, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Majd, for the amazing presentation. You can call me Zuna. You all know me as Zuna, guys. So Zuna, Zena, whatever you want. Before I start, I want to tell you a little secret. I know Halak Majd is calling me Canva magician. It's all because of Dr. Mariam Khatib. She was my first supporter ever. It all started with Dr. Mariam. So it's a pleasure for me to be giving this webinar alongside of her. So thank you, Mariam. And yes, let's do it. Dr. Mariam, can you please stop sharing your screen so I can share mine?
And
Sorry,
guys,
Zuna. Thank you so much, Michelle.
before we continue, I just wanted to say that if anyone has any questions, please leave them in the Q&A box and we'll be going through them by the end of the session. So thank you so much.
Hopefully, our session is not going to be too long. Please tell me if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's visible. We see your full screen.
Okay, so today we're gonna be going over Canva. You can call this a Canva 101 workshop. We're gonna go through the basics, how to start doing a poster, because to be able to apply whatever Dr. Mariam was telling us, you need to have a good flyer, because what's the purpose of sharing your poster or your flyer if you're advertising is the quality of your poster is not that okay. So we're gonna be going through that, and I'm gonna be showing how we do a flyer, a poster from scratch. So we go to canva.com. First of all, I would always recommend logging in. If you don't already have an account, create an account, because it makes things way much easier. As you can see, I have all my posters here in the drafts. If I ever want to go to a poster that I did 3 years ago, it's all in here. So you don't lose anything. So tip number one, make sure to log in into your account. So we want to start making a poster. So we click here on create design. What are we going to create? So we have many types of posters. As we were saying with Dr. Mariam, we can post on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook. So the size of our flyer is going to be different from social media to another. And this is very crucial. لأنه the amount of posters that we see that were created, for example, for a story on Instagram, and then they were posted as a post, and then فجأة بنشوف إنه الفلاير مقطوش من فوق ومن تحت. So this is not very nice. So we need to make sure whatever we're working on, we have the right size. So as you can see here on Canva, it gives you many sizes. It gives you for Instagram post, which is the main the most used size. We have the poster. This one is mostly used for Instagram stories. We have another one. We have a presentation. I know most of us use PowerPoint for presentations. أنا personally صار استعمل Canva because there's a lot of great settings that we can use. So I would recommend using Canva if you're ever working on a presentation. خصوصي seminar, whenever you have seminar, you're gonna use Canva as well. And there's loads and loads of other sizes you can use. And you can customize your own size. Sometimes we need a size that is not ideal. For example, as you can see, the background that is behind me, this has a specific size, so it's not here. So I go and I customize the size that I want. You can put it in pixels, an inch, millimeters, or centimeters. It's up to you guys. So for today, I'm gonna use a very standard size, which is the Instagram post square. And whenever you press on it, you go to the main screen on Canva. So as you can see, you're already welcomed with a page that you chose and lots of settings on here that we're gonna talk about each and every one. Just little tip, I'm working with a Canva that is not Pro. I do have a Pro Canva account, but it's not on this account. So definitely I would recommend if you're using Canva to go and get Pro, but you can do a lot of things for free. But if you're upgrading your game, if you're using Canva more often, Pro subscription really helps لأنه في كتير settings that are helpful. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna go with you through what I do. Usually whenever we look at a post, first thing we see is the content and the title, and if we have a speaker, we see the picture. بس في little details احنا ما بننتبه لهم بس designers بينتبهوا لهم. So first thing to do is to decide what background do you want to have. Do you want to have a solid color? Do you want to have a gradient color? Do you want to have an image? So first things first, I would recommend starting always with a background. So in order to choose a background, you can start with the colors. Canva gives you lots of colors. And as I said, there's the normal colors and there's the gradient colors. So we can choose any gradient that we want. And to make it even better, you can change the gradient. And here, let's say you want a darker pink shade, we can do that. And same with yellow. So you can do whatever you want with the background. You can play around, mess around with the colors, it's fine. So we have colors and we have pictures. So how can I add a picture as a background? So if you look here, you have design, elements, texts, brand, uploads, draw, projects, and apps. So if we're gonna start with design, design can help you get inspired by other posters. Usually, whenever I have a poster, the first thing I do, I go on Canva and I search whatever poster I'm working on, and I get inspired by Canva. And it's not wrong. Okay, نحن كلنا we know, and we don't want to steal or plagiarism and all of that. But in design, sometimes you have to do that. If you see a design and you like it, منه غلط to take from it. I'm not saying to copy it because where's the creativity in that? I'm not saying copy. I'm just saying you can get inspired. Let's say we're talking about social media perks. So if I write it here, as you can see, I can get plenty of templates that I can get inspired from. So you can use those and work around them. So let's say, I don't know, I'm choosing this one. This one looks great, but we at IVPN don't use the color purple. So I want to change this. I want to use another color. So I can get inspired by this poster. Maybe I can use the arrows, I can use the background, I can use the way they wrote the title, and mess around with the colors, mess around with the fonts to make them work with whatever I'm working on. So this is the part about design. I would highly recommend it. Sometimes بتنصدموا قد ايه بتلاقوا designs انتم ما خاطرين على بالكم. So it's a good way to get inspired, especially if you're starting to create flyers. And then we can go to elements, which is a very important part when working on designs, because elements are the key to upgrading our flyers. Because قد يكون boring a flyer is a bus view title, no elements, nothing. It's not going to be attractive to the audience. So here in elements, you can look for whatever you think of. You know, as you can see, Han, I previously looked for a square, for arrows, for dots, for background images, music, even a LinkedIn logo is found on here. There's a brain, there's anything you could think of, anything that you're trying to look for, you can find it. Let's say we're looking for social media, little social media logos, let's say. As you can see, there's plenty of icons that I can use. Some of them are for pro and some of them are for free. And at the end of this, I will give you a little trick of where you can get more elements. So this is the elements part, highly recommended. You can even use it to add pictures. As you can see, this is a frame. So you can add your pictures inside the frame. Canva makes it very easy for you. You just upload this, and whenever you upload the pictures, a picture, it automatically fits into the frame. So it's kind of automatic. It's not manual. It's very easy to work around. Moving into text, obviously, we need to add our text. Also, you can work around with your text. You can add the title, a subtitle, and you can add a little bit of body that you can edit as much as whoever you want. So as you can see, we have the settings here of a text. Let's say, so I want to change the size. You can work with the sizes. You can manually change it to whatever you want. You can work with the color, whatever color you want. It's available. And as you can see, since I was working on this poster, Canva automatically chose the pictures, the colors that were used on this poster here. So as you can see, photo colors, and they gave me the same exact shade of purple. So I don't use another shade and I don't waste time looking for it. So we select it and we add the color, and now I have it purple. The irony, it's my favorite color. You can also change it. You can make it bold, italic, underlined. You can even make it like this. You can make it like that. You can play around with the settings. The alignment, and quick tip, alignment is very important. Please, whenever you're working on a poster, make sure you have everything aligned. If you started from left to right, keep it left. If you started from the center, same goes as well. We don't want to see many texts, one from the right, one from the left. It's not pleasant for the eye. So make sure that everything is aligned. You can add dots here if we have many points, and we can add effects. This is very interesting, and I'm going to tell you a little secret. أنا كتير بحب الeffects. So whenever you see a poster with a lot of lift and a lot of shadow, just know that I worked on it. Until recently, someone told me that it's not always the case, because sometimes the lift, as you can see, it gives contrast. So sometimes the contrast of the lift is يعني عكس الكونتراست تبع الباكجراوند, so it does not give a nice effect. So use it, but don't overuse it like I used to do. Use your eye, use your creativity. Whenever you see it fit best, you can use it. But I wouldn't recommend overusing it, because it makes your poster kind of condensed and overcrowded with effects, and we do not want that. And animation, because we can use, as I said, Canva for PowerPoint, so you can animate your texts however you want. And position also, I'm not going to get into this one too much, because Heidi, usually whenever we have many layers in a poster, so if I want to add this behind the picture, we send it backwards, and we can send it to the front as well. And here, transparency, this is very important. You can work on this if you have also many layers. فيكم تخففوا من ال opacity تبع التكست أو element or whatever you want. So as you can see, we have the text. حتى بالtext عطينكم recommendations. You can choose them and you can edit them. يعني هون عطينكم هيدي أنا ما بدي إياها. I want to change it and write something else. So you can do whatever you want with it. هلا it's glitching. Here it is. I don't want to write this. I want to write something else. You can do whatever you want. So this is the main way to use Canva. There's many tips and tricks that we're gonna talk for hours and hours. So I'm gonna go over a little bit of this poster, or if you know what, I'm gonna go over a poster that we already did. Just Majd, how many minutes do I have left?
We still have around 5 more minutes.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the 5 minutes, and I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go over my own poster since I love it very much. So this poster, I don't know if you guys have seen it. It was for a competition with IVPN network, and it was the winning poster. Thank you, Dr. Osama. So I'm gonna go over how I did this poster, and I'm gonna show you a little bit of the things we used. So as you can see, for a background, at first I used the gradient color, purple, because it's my color, obviously. So I started with the background and I started building my poster around it. As you can see, there's a lot of purple, but بنفس الوقت we're not overlapping. ما بدنا الألوان يفوتوا ببعض. We don't want them to clash. So we need to make sure everything is well done around it. So I started with the color, with the background, and then I added this mini me AI generated Zona. And this is very important. If you're working on a poster or a flyer for a speaker, I would always recommend using high resolution pictures. لأنه 70% of the poster is the picture. So if you're working with a speaker, make sure to ask them for good pictures. Make sure it's visible in the poster. كمان ما بدنا إياها تكون اخذ كل البوستر. We do not want that. ولا تكون هيك, because this is kind of not ideal for the speaker himself. So make sure it works well around the size of the poster we're working on. The title, we need it to be attractive. So I would always recommend using a different font in the title. We have 3 types of fonts. We have the ones that we use in the title. مثل هون, as you can see, it's handwritten. I would not recommend using this font بالنص لأنه it's not very visible. So هون it's attractive for the eye and it's a title. بس إنه إذا we're writing content, let's say and I'm writing this using this font, no one's gonna read it. And it's not gonna be practical to read. And then we have 2 other subfamilies. We have this one and this one. Usually I would recommend using one. So if I were to redo the poster, I would use the same font outside and inside the box. As you can see, this is a subtitle, so I did it in bold as well. Those weren't in bold. I did this. I added a little. This is the importance of elements. As you can see, this is very simple. It's just a straight line, and there's a box, and already it's giving life to the poster. Because imagine ما في شيء, it's just text. No one's gonna read it. اصلا نحن our attention span مش زيادة, so we don't like to read a lot on a poster. So I would definitely recommend trying to not overcrowd your poster with text. And if you have to write a lot, make sure to make it visible in a nice way. So I would recommend the box. I would recommend trying to maybe align it to a certain side to make it not too much. So as you can see here, and in the bottom here, I added my my LinkedIn account and my email, and I added like a little signature that I did the design. As you can see here, just being in italic, it gives it a little nice feeling. It's nice to look at. Again, very simple line. It's it's giving it life, the poster. So this is it. As you can see on, I also have a logo. This is something I did wrong that I would tell you to make sure not to do again. Whenever we're working on a poster, this is not a good example. We usually نترك space بالborders. يعني هون يفضل ما يكون في text neither here from the top as well and from the bottom. هلا since هيدا it was a competition poster, so it was an exception. Usually the logo we do not put it in the corner like that. We let a border for the poster. حتى it's even more preferred in our logos يكونوا in the middle, whether it's in the bottom or in the top. But sometimes في exceptions, it's fine. But if we're gonna talk about what's right and what's wrong, I would recommend always leaving space in the borders. Make sure everything is aligned. يعني إذا بلشنا typing من هون كل البوستر يكون aligned. As you can see, I started here. All of those are aligned to the Z. Nothing is here, nothing is here, because alignment is key and your posters. And I'm gonna stop here. If you have any questions, we're gonna see them in the box, and hopefully for further webinars where we can explain more about the secrets of Canva. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zuna. I was formerly saying Zaina because it's a webinar, but you introduced yourself as Zuna. So thank you so much for your insights on Canva design and how to make posters. I personally learned a lot from you throughout the year, not just through the workshop. And you learned from Dr. Mariam Khatib, and hopefully all our participants learned from you, as I have learned from you. And we have quite a lot of participants that are interested in learning about Canva. And I would like to inform every single one of you that you guys do have a spot in LIU IVPN to contribute to any Canva designs or have any questions or learn from all the talent that we have. Our motto, as Dr. Nasreen Imrad has come up with, is Dr. Nasreen, if you can help me with the exact motto.
Empowering future pharmacists for innovation and excellence.
Exactly. I wanted to say it as it is. So we're empowering future pharmacists for excellence and
innovation.
and innovation. So basically, we want each and every one of you to use the ability of LIU IVPN. We want you to use all the talents now. We want everyone to become useful, make use of it. That way, you guys internally grow and grow around other people as well. And the people around you grow, and we just become a stronger community of pharmacists. So thank you so much, Zuna. And also, I'd like to, mostly, I think we have LIU students. So if you guys did not take seminar yet, if you guys are going to be with Dr. Nasreen, she will also help you guys with design very well.
But
she has very good she has very good attention to detail as well. So you can make use of all of us here. So thank you all for watching.
They will not register with me now.
we did not market
everything. A double space, a missing comma, she notices everything.
But it's for your own good, honestly.
Yes,
she doesn't do it to be mean. Dr. Nasreen is amazing. She's there for your own good.
صح 100%. إذا ما عرفتش يعني بدي أعلمني.
Personally, I made benefit out of this. My presentations have become much better than they were before because of all of the tips and tricks I've learned throughout the years, whether it's Canva, PowerPoint, so on and so forth. So thank you, everyone. Now we have a few questions. So we have an anonymous attendee. He wrote, "Thank you for this webinar. I have a question regarding Instagram. I made my Instagram account around year 2020 and done a lot new PharmD content, but my reach hasn't increased that much as other people. Why is that?" So I think this is directed towards Dr. Mariam Khatib.
Please, can you come again, Majd? I didn't hear the question.
So there is an attendee that is saying he created his Instagram account around the year 2020,
Okay.
and he has put in a lot of new PharmD content, but his
Okay.
reach hasn't increased that much as other people. Why is that?
Okay. So, okay, there can be many reasons for this. We talked about some of them. I would like go ahead and contact me so we can check the page and see what's maybe missing in it. Where are the weaknesses? Where can we improve it more and more? But one of the things that I noticed that I'm not sure if this is the case wala la, that sometimes we focus on one type of posts and we lose, we're not consistent. Like in these types of pages, we need to be consistent. Like we don't have like to be active only for 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. We have to be consistent and we have to be like keep finding out new ideas. Sometimes we feel like we're running out of ideas. I've put everything on the table, so maybe this can be one issue. Another issue, I'm not sure of the designing skills. Maybe we can discuss this as well when we like. Feel free. I don't know whose message was it, Majd.
It was an anonymous attendee. So
Okay, so the anonymous attendee, feel free to contact me so we can discuss more and more the page. It can be the designing thing. Maybe they are not catchy enough to the eye. I'm sure the content are nice, but sometimes we need
he
not only to
followed
share.
up immediately. He's like, casual or repetitive content hurts our reach.
Okay, look, sometimes I've seen this on Instagram a lot. Repetitive content is not always a toxic thing. It is sometimes healthy to keep the consistency thing, okay? But it doesn't mean that we need to post every time everything, because it is very important for diversity, especially that we are a health background page. So people need new information, need diverse information. But it doesn't matter انه يكونوا هدول الانفورميشن مكررين as a reminder. بالعكس I see it good بس مش كتير يتكرروا. especially on Instagram, on TikTok, I've seen it a lot انه دايما بيصير في عندي انا تكرار بالمعلومات ومنه شيء غلط.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mariam.
Thank you so much.
I think the answer is there. So we have next Muhammad Zaiter. He has two questions. In your experience, which do you believe offers greater long-term value for businesses, SEO or social media marketing? I think this is directed to Dr. Mariam as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Zaita, for this question. Actually, of course, it depends on the business itself. Sometimes we focus more on social media, sometimes we focus more on SEO, especially if we have a website. But for me, they are complementary to each other. For example, in IVPN, we focus more on email marketing, on SEO, and also on LinkedIn when it comes to social media. So it depends on the business. Not every business should have all the platforms, all the social media, every single digital marketing way. It depends on the service we are giving, it depends on the product we are giving. So we cannot like say this or that. It depends. It should be tailored, but both of them are extremely important.
Yes. And what is your perspective on the role of social media platforms as spaces for discussion? Do you think they effectively facilitate meaningful conversations, or are there limitations that hinder their potential as tools for constructive dialogue? I
لمين هيدا
think I'll
السؤال؟
break that question down. This is also
Okay.
Muhammad Zaiter. So the
Okay.
first part of the question is like, what is your perspective on the role of social media as a space for discussion? Like, do you think it's good for meaningful conversations?
Definitely.
Okay, and
Definitely.
are there limitations that hinder their potential for constructive dialogue?
Okay, so as we were talking about the different social media platforms, there are a lot of platforms that are especially for this stuff. Maybe we don't have like much medical oriented ones, and that's what I was saying. Like, inshallah, in the future, we have this in IVPN. Like, I really dream of it. Like, whenever we go to the website of IVPN, there's like a chat box or something that we can, or on the application of IVPN to have this. Chat box thing, but actually we have it via the listservs. Like in the listservs, that's the main goal of the listservs in IVPN, to share knowledge. Like if I have any, for example, cardiology question, I go on the listserv of cardiology and I ask it, and someone who knows the answer just answer me. So this sharing of knowledge is very, very important. If you're talking via social media, and you mean by that Instagram, Facebook, and these platforms, they are very important, but it is extremely important to focus on the credibility of the information. Because like I hear my mom مثلا saying خدي 7 حبات مدري شو بتصحي، وين قريتيها على انستغرام، قريتها على جوجل. So في عنا كتير wrong information. So for that reason we have to نوعي العالم وين يقروا الانفورميشن المضبوطه تاعيتهم. This is very important, and for that reason لما كنا عم نحكي عن البلاتفورمز تاعولاتنا كنا كثير عم نركز على الكريديبيليتي لحتى نحن to gain the trust of our followers. So whenever we gain the trust of our followers will trust us لحتى يتأكدوا إنه the information that we are offering are good information, especially when it comes إنها تكون healthy أو information related to health. I'm not sure if I answered the question right.
I understood the question the same way as you, as well. And I also believe like we have social media platforms. I know I'm just a moderator, but like Reddit and Quora.
Exactly. I use a lot Quora. Reddit I've downloaded like 3 times ودايما برجع بمحيه. بس Quora I love it a lot.
Yes, there's also lots of room for discussion and dialogue there.
Yes.
So yeah, I hope we answered your question, Hamad. Thank you for your question. I can take one more question, I think, and that will be it. So some post their lifestyle as pharmacy students. Do you think this can increase the reach of the account? Like the day in the life of Dr. Mariam Khatib. Do you think that's going to increase reach to people?
Definitely. Especially when the person behind the page is a charismatic one. People love this, and followers love this, to see who is behind the page. And whenever we are managing the content of the page, we mention always not to have only pictures, not to have only posts, not to have only videos. We need to make it diverse. Even the posts that we are doing, not only informative, to make it sometimes games, to share photos. So in a lot of scenarios, share your photos talking about the information, share some personal life. And I have seen it actually. One of my friends is a doctor, he's a dermatologist. And I have seen it that whenever he is posting about his personal life, although his page is full of medical information, but whenever he posts his personal life, there is a huge engagement. So this is very good for the page, to increase the engagement. People love this and followers love this, and this doesn't make any bad for the page.
So we hope we answered your question, anonymous attendee again. Of course, do contact us, any of us of the team, on our personal numbers, emails, on the groups. We're always available, ready for any questions. These are all the questions we'll be taking for today. Thank you so much, Dr. Mariam and Zaina, for your time to be speakers. Thank you, Dr. Osama, for being our special guest for today. Thank you, Mariam Jabali, for helping organize this whole webinar. And thank you, Dr. Nasreen, for leading it all and managing everything. And
Thank
finally,
you so much.
I would like to thank all the participants, and all of you can become social media experts, design experts, celebrities, as I mentioned in the middle. If you guys are interested in more Canva workshops, do let us know on the group or personally. Thank you so much, everyone.